Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial today. In today's video, we're going to be making this lovely flare dress that has this very beautiful detail that looks like a scrunchie at the lower part of it. Okay, so this is what it looks like on me. If that is what you want to learn how to make for yourself, then keep watching this video till the very end and let's head straight to it. So we're going to be starting first with drafting the pattern for the upper bodies before we head over to the lower bodies, of course. In case if you don't want to watch this part, you can skip, but trust me, it's very important. You need it. So I'm going to be removing 2 inches from my shoulder like so, and then the depth of my neckline, I'm going ahead to take away also 2 inches, right? Then I'll be using my ruler to square this line across like so, and of course square this one downwards. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, do what to subscribe. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Click the bell notification icon so you'll be notified whenever I post a lovely tutorial like this. Thank you. So at this point, because I do not want to sew up my waist dart, I'm going to be closing it and then I'll transfer it to the side bust dart. So I only sew at the side bust dart, which is kind of hidden, where you will not see it that I sewed anything, and I'll still maintain my feet. All right, so I'm going ahead now to cut out the dart at the side bust area. So this is what our front pattern upper bodies looks like. I'm just going to be stitching up this part of the dart. All right, this is my center front. All right, so I'll set it aside and we'll draft that of the back. So I have my basic back like so. This is my basic back bodies. Everything is in basic, the neckline, everything is in basic. I wrote back. So the next thing also, we're going to be removing 2 inches like we did for the front here. And for the depth, I'm going ahead to mark in 3 inches. Then I'll go ahead to use my ruler to square this line across like so. And also square this one downwards like so. So I'll go ahead and use my scissors now and cut it out. So now we are going to be sewing this part up. Okay, we didn't transfer it anyway, we're going to sew it up. Now heading over to the lower part of it, which is actually what you guys have been waiting for, so many of you I know. So now this lower part of it, you want to know that from the waistline of your skirt all the way down should be the number or how many inches you want before the scrunchy ruffled effect. That is what you're going to have on your skirt. From your waistline to the hem should be how many inches you want before the scrunchy part. So that scrunchy part is on its own. It's not included in this basic body skirt. It's not included in this basic skirt, please. All right. So having done that now, the next thing we are going to do is to cut on the bust apart line. All right. So we are going to be cutting on this bust apart line all the way to where the dart leg stops. So because we are trying to create a flare and we need to add fullness, I'm going to be closing up the darts, thereby transferring the excess to the hem or to this very part like so. So we use my tape and hold this down. So whatever you do to the front, that is the same thing we are doing to the back for the skirt part of it. Whatever you do to your front is what you're going to do to the back. Please bear that in mind because I didn't do that of the back here, but it's the same procedure for the front and the back. Now I've folded my fabric into 2 and you go ahead and take your pattern and place it on it like so. Like so in details, please. You want to watch carefully what I'm doing. You want to place it like so. Then we'll go ahead now and start cutting. So you want to mark your notches where necessary. Okay. At this point, this is what our skirt front look like. Same procedure for cutting the back, please. Whatever we're doing to the front is same procedure for the back. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now, the next thing we are going to do, you want to take your measuring tape and take the measurement of the hem. You want to take the measurement of the hem all the way down. You want to take the measurement for the hem all the way like so. So I'm going to be taking the measurement all the way round like so. You want to be careful while taking the measurement so you get the accurate measurement. Now, having gotten the measurement, whatever you get is what you're going to use to multiply for your that very ruffle effect. So I went ahead to multiply my measurement by 3 inches. So let's say I got 42. 42 times 3, that was what I did. Now you cut a long strap of fabric that is equal to 42 times 3. Now the width of my fabric is 14 inches. I want to use 7 inches as that ruffle scrunchie effect. So that when I fold this 14 inches, I'll get 7. Probably 6 because I'm going to be sewing with half an inch or 6.5, okay? So the thing is you want to get double of that your scrunchy hem length. So when you fold it, you actually have the actual length that you want. So at this point, I ran a loose gathered stitch on that long strap, right? I ran a loose gathered stitch on that long strap because we are going to be gathering it. From the top all the way to all around it, just at the topper part, I ran a loose gathered stitch. Then I'll go ahead and start gathering it like so. You're going to be gathering all the way around everything. You're going to be gathering it. So having gathered it, you're going to be sewing it to the hem of your front and back. I told you whatever we're doing to the front is what we're doing to the back. You're going to be sewing it up to the hem like so. That very part that looks straight, my thread cut, but I'm going to be gathering it when I get to the sewing machine to sew. So you want to gather it and sew it all the way on this like so. Don't sew it on top of it. Just sew it in a way that you have a finished look. I'll show you guys right now. So that is what it looks like. Let me show you. Can you see that? All right. See, can you see how I sewed it? I didn't sew on top of it. I sewed it in a way that it's going to look neat. Can you see? So I haven't done that now. The next step is you want to take your chalk. It's advisable you use a chalk that has a different color from the color of your fabric. See the one I'm using, yellow. So now we're going to be marking at the hem, very close to the hem. Why we're doing this is we want to get the center point of that hem. You know we folded into two, so we want to get the center. I'm going to be doing this all the way round to the end of it, all the way round of this gathered hem to the end of it, okay? So we'll go ahead to mark all the way round to the hem, till we get to the hem. You want to be sure that your chalk is showing. It's going to help you, like it's going to make your work a whole lot easier. It's going to keep you in track to make sure that you're doing the right thing. So I went ahead to mark all the way. So do not forget, I used 42 inches by 3. Let's say mine is 42. Whatever my hem is, I multiplied it by 3. I'll also advise you do so. And please, let's not forget, I used 4 yards of fabric. 4 yards of fabric for this dress. And I'm on a small size. I'm size 6. So if you're way bigger than me, you're going to use more. Having marked it all the way around, the next thing we are going to do now is to get our measuring tape. Okay? The next thing we're going to do to get our measuring tape. Now, we're going to have our guide where we're going to start from. So let's say I'm placing it here. Here is going to be my guide. You want to place it somewhere outward your seam allowance. So from there, I marked 5 inches. I'm going to be marking 5-inch gap all the way around. I'll just mark 5 inches. All the way around, I'm going to be marking 5 inches gap. So I've done that all around this very particular stuff. I've done it all around it. 5 inches mark all around. We've also indicated our center, which we did. Now I'm going to be opening this up like so. I'm going to be opening it up like so. You open it up, make sure the center is at the center. On that part where you stitched, make sure you can hold the center to it. Okay. Now the next thing we are going to do is, you see that line you marked for your 5 inches? All right, that part you marked for your 5 inches, you want to pull it down, like you want to trace it all the way to the top like so. That 5-inch line, you want to trace it all the way to the top like so. Use your needle and hold this down. use your needle and tack it down. Be sure you tack it very tightly. Secure it with your needle and thread. Make sure your thread is the same color with your fabric. You're going to be securing it all the way like so. So having done that now, we'll move over to the next 5 inches that we marked. And you want to open up to make sure you've gotten your center. All right, make sure your center is there at the part where you sewed it. Trace also follow the mark of the 5-inch line you marked. Put it on top this way. Can you see that? Then use your needle and thread and tack it. Be sure you cut off the first needle and thread before tacking the next one. Like, do them separately, don't join them, so you don't gather your your skirt or your flare pattern, so you don't gather your flare. All right, just make sure you cut off that one before doing the other one. It's advisable you use a pin to secure all of them before you start using your needle and thread to start tacking it one after the other. So I'm gonna have to do this part, and I will do the other ones off camera so that I can come back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, it's just the same procedure. Keep doing it. Use your pin to tack everything together before using your needle and thread to stitch them down one after the other. I'm gonna have to sew everything down, and this is what it looks like. Can you guys see? I'll also show you the back of it, so you see there's something you need to see at the back part of it. You want to see that the inner part of my own is not rumpled. Can you see? It's straight. I did not gather. There's no gathered stuff. It's still straight. It's lying very straight and nice. So make sure yours is lying very straight and nice like this. Can you see that? Make sure yours is lying straight and nice like this. So now I'm going ahead to stitch up the upper part of my dress. This is the front bodice. I'm going to place the back on it. I'm going to be shaping the sides, right? I'm going to place the back on it. I'm going to be shaping the sides and also the facing. I'm going to be shaping the sides and also the facing, okay? So having done that now, I've shaped my skirt front and back, or the lower bodice front and back. So I'll go ahead to join the upper bodice to the lower bodice. You want to make sure that every seam is aligning, your side seams, your center front notch, okay? Also, you want to make sure that your side seams are aligning like so. Also, the zipper point part of it, everything is in alignment. Use your pin to secure them, hold them down before you take it over to the sewing machine to sew. And at the end of it all, you guys, this is what we came up with. Very nice and lovely. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.